Besides that, he's cute. That goes a long way. He is a marriage and family therapist, and he has a special interest in spirituality. That's why we always are so excited about inviting him back. He has classes, he has therapy sessions, and he's the founder of the Enlightened Mind. I think we all need to have a little bit of that sometime, don't you? And he's author of the Enlightened Relationship, Mastering the Metaphysics of Love. How many of you have gotten in touch with the metaphysics of love? Well, we're going to find out a little bit more about that, I'm sure, but please welcome Stephen Smith.
Thank you so much, Dottie.
Yeah, pull it up more. Yeah, does that work?
That's good. This is my third time here, and I am so excited to be here. I get so inspired being here. It's like I'm supposed to be inspiring you. You guys are inspiring me.
Yay! Woo!
And all I want to do is just listen to the music the whole time. Have you ever wanted to change something about yourself or achieve some goal, but your old habits and patterns held you back?
Oh, yeah. Never.
Yeah, maybe you wanted to change your diet and eat more healthy, or stop an addiction, or change some pattern in your relationships, or pursue a new career or passion. But you just couldn't break that old cycle. So, how many people have experienced that?
Yes. That's right, Pat?
Is that the usual?
Yeah, isn't that so frustrating, when you try and you try, you do everything you can, but you just can't break it, right?
Yeah.
But I have the answer for you today.
Yay! Hallelujah!
All you have to do is be willing to die.
Okay.
All right? Willing to die to that old self, that is. And when you can do that, you make room for the resurrection of the new you to emerge. Just like Jesus did over 2,000 years ago. He let his old self die away and allowed his new self to be resurrected in a new body, a new and improved spiritual body. And what this represents for us is the idea that we cannot become the person we truly want to be if we're still holding on to that old self. It just won't let go. Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, said it this way: when I let go of what I am, I become what I might be.
Can you repeat that?
When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. And today is a celebration of the resurrection of Jesus, and we do that once a year on Easter. But the truth is, just about every day of our lives, we are given opportunities to let go of an old self and resurrect a new one that is more in alignment with our true selves. And I bet that today, there is a new you wanting to emerge, wanting to come through. And I believe it's doing everything it can to come forth and shine through in your life, express itself in your life. But doesn't it seem like that old self is doing everything it can to hold you back? It's like we have an epic battle going on inside of us every day, right? Between that new you, the new me that wants to come through, and then the old self, and they're in conflict. And usually what happens, and this is of course from personal experience here, is that we try to make a change, try to create something new in our life, and we might even be making a little bit of progress, and then we get right up to that growing edge, right to that edge, and instead of taking that one step forward to go beyond it, we retreat back into safety, into the familiar. So what's this about? Why do we seem to be so addicted to that old self?
It's safe.
Safe, comfortable, familiar, right?
Easy. It's easy.
Well, it's easier. Yeah, and neuroscience today is very interesting because a lot of progress has been made in research and finding out all about how we condition ourselves through our neural networks. We react the same way over and over again in an experience, and we become wired a certain way, so it becomes difficult to rewire ourselves. But there's a lot we still don't know about this, a lot still to be discovered. And today, I brought someone with me who can shed a lot of light on this. He is an expert, and he also has insider information. And I'd like to introduce you to him. And he's actually standing right here, even though you can't see him. He's right here. Please say hello to my old self.
Hello, old self. Welcome.
You got taller when we came to your life.
Yeah, he lives right here, and he is an expert at using fear and other tactics to keep me addicted to him. So we're going to have a conversation with him today, and I'll have to translate for you because he speaks a lot of gibberish and nonsense, and also very quietly too. You can barely hear him, so I'll have to tell you what he's saying. Now, before we get to him, I wanted to give you some context. One of my dreams is to be a speaker that inspires others to love themselves and each other unconditionally. Because that is the world that I want to live in, a world of unconditional love. So that is the new me that wants to come forth and shine through. But this guy right here, he wants no part of that. And he'll do everything he can to try and sabotage it. But today, he has agreed, luckily, to share with you some of the ways that he does that. Okay, so he wants me to get started. He's excited here. So usually when I start trying to move in the direction that I want to go, usually his first strategy goes something like this. Steve, just get back here where you belong. You don't want to put yourself out there like that. How are you going to do this anyway? There's too much to figure out. You have to do it all alone because you don't have any support. And unconditional love is impossible anyway. So what's the point? Why don't you just go watch TV, get on Facebook, go have a drink, do something that wastes a lot of time? So his first attempt here is to get me to believe that I really don't want to do this, or it's going to be too difficult, or I don't have any support. And sometimes I fall for all that. But if that doesn't work, he moves on to the next level, round 2. And it goes something like this. Steve, you're really not good enough to do this. I mean, who are you kidding? There's so many other people out there so much better than you. No one's going to like it anyway or get anything from it. They're going to judge you, criticize you. And if it's not going to be perfect, why even do it?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
So here he's using things like fear of failure, comparison to others, fear of judgment, perfectionism.
Fear of succeeding.
Fear, we'll get to that one.
Oh, okay.
That's the next
Inside your voice over here.
Yeah, you know, these are sort of all the usual suspects that you may hear also from your own old self. I'm going to get to that one, just hold on. He's getting really excited now about this next one because it has worked so well on me. He's proud of it. And what's interesting about this one is I wasn't fully conscious of what he was sharing with me until recently. I was in a meditation, and it came to me like, oh, wow. I would get a strong feeling of fear, but I couldn't decode the message until just recently. And it goes something like this. Steve, if you follow your dreams and succeed, you might lose your family. Your family might be broken apart. And that one was big for me because when I was younger, my family split up after I'd experienced some success. So I developed this mistaken belief that if I followed my dreams and succeeded, that was going to happen, or that I caused it, and that might happen in the future. So here he's using the fear of success, right? Something bad might happen if the dream is realized, or if the new me becomes manifest. Something bad might happen. But I've got him now. Because I know that all of these are lies. And I don't have to buy into them anymore. Now, it's been quite of a journey for me because I've been getting up to that growing edge and retreating quite a bit. But I've made a vow to myself not to do that anymore. And when I get to that growing edge, I'm not going to step back. I may stand there if I have to without stepping forward, but I'm not going to retreat back. And I know that you can do that too. Now, he has one more tactic that he doesn't want me to share with you. Because he's afraid that you might use this to free your own self. Free yourself from your own beliefs and patterns. But I promised him you wouldn't do that. You guys won't do that, right?
Oh, no.
See, they won't do that, so it's okay for us to share this. So this is how this one goes. Steve, you should be ashamed that I'm doing this to you. You should be way past this by now. I can't believe you're still dealing with this after all this time. I'm not even supposed to be here. Aren't you embarrassed by this? Aren't you mad about this? Right here, he's trying to use shame, or to try to get me to invalidate him, or make him the enemy. Your old self might be using some of these tactics too. But when we fall for them and go into that shame or that anger or frustration, all we do is give them more energy and they stay alive. And here's the part that he really didn't want you to know. While it seems like he is the enemy because he is trying to sabotage at every turn, he's really trying to protect me from more pain. Because he really believes that it's less painful to stay with him than it is to move forward and become that new me. He truly believes that. So then rather than be ashamed of him, or get mad, or invalidate him, I'm going to love him, and accept him, and have compassion for him. And in fact, there's a few things he needs to hear, so excuse me for one moment, I'm going to have a conversation with him. Old self, look, I know you've been looking out for me, trying to protect me, and I know you've been doing your best. And I want to let you know, I thank you for that. Thank you for looking out for me and trying to protect me. But I don't need your protection anymore. Because my desire to inspire others to love is more important than that protection now. My desire to inspire others to love is more important than that protection. So I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to let you go into the loving arms of the divine. Set you free. Right, so the great paradox here is that if we truly want to let go of an old self, we have to first love and accept it, have compassion for it. And then step number 2 is to make that decision that becoming the new you is more important than that protection. So what I'm going to do right now is ask you to do the same thing. So I would like you to right now to close your eyes for a moment. And take a moment to think about an area of your life where a new you wants to come forth and shine through. And maybe you've been retreating back to an old self. And recognize right now that old self has just been trying to protect you. That it's not the enemy. And I want you to allow yourself right now to have true compassion for that part of you. And in your heart, I want you to thank it for its service. Thank it for trying to protect you. And let it know that you don't need its protection today. That today, your desire to be that new self is more important than that protection. So let it know that a few times, that your desire to be that new self is more important than that protection. Now you can keep your eyes closed for just another moment or two. I'm going to share with you something that I find very inspiring. It's a lyrics from a song called "This Is the Day" by Jaya Lakshmi. Now is the time when I let go of my fear, inhibitions, and sense of dread. When I give up control and let you hold me with no resistance in my soul. This is the day when I throw it all away into the fire of the all-loving one. Now I have just what I need to be free to feel who I really am. Here is the place where I fall into grace and release into the sweetness of your love. I surrender. I remember the light and the beauty that I am. This is the day when I throw it all away into the fire of the all-loving one. Now I have just what I need to be free to feel who I really am. All right, you can open your eyes now. And we're going to do an exercise right now, similar to the one Dottie did earlier, actually. And here's what I'd like you to do. In just a moment when I say, I want to have you greet some of your neighbors. And if you don't know their name, obviously, get their name, introduce yourselves. And what I want you to do is say to them, actually, let's do it. Dottie, if you wouldn't mind getting up for a moment. Dottie, you're speaking here. It's time to resurrect your new self. And she replies with, I know. Well, and then I say one more time, Dottie, it's really time to resurrect your new self. And then she says that with me. It's
Steve, it's time to resurrect yourself.
I know.
Steve, it's really time for you to resurrect yourself.
I know.
Listen.
And Corky, if you can, we're gonna, so as we're doing this, we're gonna play that song that I just mentioned. So go ahead and take a few moments. Do this with at least 3 people, and with all of your heart and all of your love. Do this in